Disclaimer, before all the casual viewers get repulsed by the smell of testosterone and ballsack, this channel is not going to be a pure gaming channel. I don't intend on posting clips of me skull fucking noobs on COD. I will gladly do that on my own time. But instead, I want this to be a channel where anyone can come when they're bored, where procrastinators alike unite against one common enemy, being productive. Okay, with that out of the way, as per internet guidelines, I feel it necessary to voice my opinion to those who I think care. I know I'm kind of regurgitating what everyone else is saying, nonetheless, I feel it necessary to share. So I think it's safe to say the glory days of Call of Duty are over.
I sounded like I deep-throated a cow, and then I said I deep-throated your mom, so your mom's a cow.
No pussy, they use riot shield!
Oh, I'm a what do you want me to use?
Faggot.
You tell me what you want me to use.
You fucking faggot.
Unfortunately, video games, from what I've experienced, are just a safer, less hatred-filled space now. And who's to blame? Fortnite. Now, I wouldn't claim myself to be a hardcore gamer. I'm not like the elite who can drop nuclears while jerking themselves off. But, however, I am very familiar with the Call of Duty franchise. I vividly remember the first time I took a virtual life in Modern Warfare. Well, like the original one. I remember being called an N-word for the first time on Modern Warfare 2 on Xbox Live. So back in the day, everyone was just so angry, so passionate, and very fucking racist. It felt like everyone who had a mic also had a nipple clamp on their ballsack, explaining their like berserk-like rage. And you know, over the years, Call of Duty has stuck to their formula, which is an arcade-style, run-and-gun, twitch shooter. And you know, they got a lot of shit for putting out the same game each year and whatnot, but you gotta admit, the formula worked, at least for the most part. And that brings us to Modern Warfare, the rebirth. I'ma just say this, and I know a lot of you will agree with me, but this shit ain't Call of Duty, man. Now, you could take that as a good thing or a bad thing. For me, initially, it was a bad thing, a terrible fucking thing. I remember hopping into my first team deathmatch, expecting to run around and hump some fellow noobs, and boy was I in for a fucking reckoning. Come here, you little whore. Oh, what the fuck? Where'd I get shot from? Oh, these motherfuckers. Eat that, bitch. Oh, you motherfucker. First things first, everything plays at a much slower pace. The best way I can describe the game is as if Modern Warfare 2 aged gracefully to its 50s and had to move around more carefully and gracefully to not put strain on its knees. Alright, well, another game where we're not gonna reach the score limit, but that's nothing new, you know. This map fucking sucks. A good 40% of the team deathmatches I've played, which go up to 75 by the way, ended before someone reached the score limit. You can spend like 2 minutes running around before you actually fucking find someone on the other team. Now, comparing this to Black Ops 4, for example, which plays up to 100 by the way in team deathmatch, almost 95% of the games end because someone reaches a score limit. Now, after a while, you'll adjust to it, right? After all, pace is something you can get used to, right? It's all fine and dandy, right? Wrong. My biggest problem with the game, and I know a lot of people can relate to this, are the fucking maps, man. These are not Call of Duty maps. And that's what genuinely throws off the whole Call of Duty vibe of the game. You have maps which are fucking gigantic where you can find yourself running for a while without any action. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing, but you have maps where you get absolutely butt fucked if you try to play aggressive because of seemingly unlimited lines of fire. And that brings us to the reason of my aggressive hemorrhoids. The motherfucking campers! Oh, what the fuck? What a camping ass bitch. Oh, let's go. I didn't even see him. But as usual, he was fucking camping. It's nothing new. Start camping. Yep, of course. He's camping there again. Look at him. He's just waiting there, bro. Dude, it's so bad you can walk into a room that has absolutely no strategic value, and there's a 50% chance some fuckhead in the corner will be waiting to unload on you. And you honestly can't really blame someone for camping too. Fuck, I'm gonna be honest, I've been doing it. Some would argue that the maps and the slower playstyle actually seem to encourage it. So all in all, what do I think of it? What are my thoughts on the game? You're asking me what I think of it? You know what? It's actually a breath of fresh air. Once you get used to the more tactical style of play, checking corners, aiming down sight while turning corners, the game is actually quite fun. Chances are, unless you're an absolute beast, you won't be dropping 30 to 40 kills most games. But the experience is nonetheless very satisfying. Something that very much surprised me was actually Ground War. My experience in Ground War on the beta was absolutely fucking atrocious. It felt like the Walmart brand of Conquest in Battlefield. But my oh my, what a pleasant change it was. You really get the feeling of being immersed in total chaos, while at the same time the objectives really add purpose to the game. Now, I'm not really a campaign guy, so I can't really talk about it, but Gunfight, or 2v2 however, is some of the most fun I've ever had playing video games in a while. It's hands down the best mode in the game in my opinion. There are so many adjustments and variations offering a new experience every time. Basically, it's like chewing 5 gum. Whether you decide to play with friends or randoms, it's like a chess match. You're constantly readjusting your strategies to be victorious. Literally nothing beats the feeling of clutching a 2v1 while your partner watches and nervously plays with their genitals. So guys, in conclusion, we finally got what we asked for. A COD that isn't the same shit with a different smell from last year. The game plays like a slightly faster paced Battlefield or Insurgency. Nonetheless, I think it's a worthwhile experience, and there you have it, my opinion that no one asked for on a topic most people don't care about. So that does it for today. Check out my channel if you're new, and consider subscribing if you haven't. Expect new content real soon. Till then, peace.